Yo, Q, what up? Yo, Q,
Man,
what
I'm
up?
keeping it real. What up, Duan?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not Just Music, where we keep it real and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth, I'm just honest.
All right, y'all, here we go one more time. Another Thursday. Not Just Music Podcast. And I am your boy, Duan Barino, and I got Quincy Murdoch with me.
Yeah.
Bro, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm
Another
blessed.
week?
Blessed. Yeah.
Ready for it?
Yeah, I'm ready. You
R&B?
ready? Yeah.
Here we go then.
Music, man.
Let's
I
go,
love
let's
music.
go, let's go. Okay. As we were talking about last week, you know, we were talking about the phase of 80s, 90s, you know, moving into the 2000s and now into the 2010s and now we in the dub years, right?
Yep,
okay,
yep.
So with what we at now, as we were coming to a close when we were talking the last time, we were talking about, you know, the phase of the new R&B that is starting to come about. How you brought a good point, because you see R&B has became a thing of solidified again.
Yeah.
Because hip hop has started to take a toll,
Take a
because
decline, yeah.
you know, rap music, people feel like, okay, they don't know what's the
The
feeling with
authenticity,
it.
the authenticity.
Yeah,
and
it was
real-
starting to be
real is not-
saturated.
yeah.
You know, you really didn't have that sound of R&B to be saying, okay, what is R&B?
Yeah.
So, of this new era, we talked about Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I'm gonna bring up about Tank, y'all. Tank is great at what he does. A lot of people felt, you know, I'm gonna point out the situation of Tank and his situation with men, and people felt like he said he's sucking men's. Anyway. Whatever he felt. we ain't on that though.
We on the music.
That's the only thing that I was confused about. Yeah, he
This first I
actually
heard that.
said something. Yeah. Let me pull it up, man. On my phone now. I'm stand up, y'all. Q, talk to the people for a minute.
Yeah, man. So, man, that's the first I heard that, man.
Pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up.
Shout out to the legend, though, Tank. Man.
Pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up because I want
Wow.
you. Yeah. This is old. This is old though.
Yeah, don't
This
get
is
me on
old. This
camera
is
because I
old.
know the face expression. I ain't know that. When was
I'm gonna
this?
pull it up,
When
bro.
this come
Hold on,
out?
Wait a minute. This was it's been about 2 years.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. R&B singer Tank says you can go down on a guy and still be straight. That's the only thing I didn't like about it, brother. I did.
See, we just gonna keep
And
it on the music. But he made good music, though.
He knew he said something wrong when he said it, because he had a bunch of interviews out there where he actually spoke on it. But
He didn't get canceled either. They
didn't cancel him, bro.
They didn't cancel.
Some people felt like, okay, Tank, what happened? Why'd you say that? It was a question that he got asked about the situation, but he felt a certain way to it. It is. I don't know if he meant that he was supposed to. I don't know where it was supposed to go, but I just didn't feel comfortable about that one thing. But we talk about your singing, your writing, Tank. You are excellent, brother. I'm telling you, like you're really helping some people get some hits. I mean, you talk about like people like Omarion.
That's another one right there. I like.
A lot of his songs. Marcus. What's and another person I felt like I'm gonna bring his name up here in a second. Oh man, what's the producer name? It's gonna hit me in a minute. But
so many.
we're gonna talk about Tank still for right now. Again, Tank had this thing where he sells you on like a R. Kelly level, but then he actually can sing. And that's what kills the game for Tank. That's why his longevity is so crazy, because nobody has really ever came out and officially challenged him in that lane.
Nobody.
Because R. Kelly is we know where he's at right now. And if R. Kelly was still out here right now though, and really on top of the stuff like he was, because he really
You hear that last album they dropped, man? That was a classic. He got some hits on that last album. They took it down.
And you know what the crazy part is, man? You can only imagine how many hits he got sitting somewhere.
You can't stop R. Kelly.
You know, and if he, like I said, if he got out on something where he could release an album and it not get taken down like that, like what it did, bro. Like
y'all get that man a mic in the prison, man, and let him do some
bro,
music.
he probably got a mic there.
Drop some music,
He
man.
probably got a they probably allow him to do stuff like that,
He
bro.
winning all the singing contests and everything.
You know somebody, you gotta know somebody to get him some music while he in there. Now listen, let me ask you this. If you how you're going into R&B right now, right?
Yeah.
Do you look at the competition that's out here as solid? Meaning the as we brought up 3 very worthy females that are very new to the game. People like her,
yeah,
Moon Long,
yeah,
what's the girl name?
SZA, yeah. Can I go give you a short answer right now?
Yeah.
No, I don't. This is my honest opinion. Like,
tell me why.
I feel like because R&B is really on a up and coming backstage. Like it's coming back.
Yeah.
I feel.
Do you think
because hip hop was taking over for a minute. Now we see rappers going. They hit them with the Ricos. They snitching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All this.
Po T.I.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry, T.I.
You don't look the same. You can't be you not the same T.I. with the hat caught with the bald fade.
So the
you know what I'm
game done
saying?
changed, right?
It's done changed, man. So it's like I can't take and Instagram and social media has exposed these rappers.
Yeah.
They have exposed these rappers
It's killed them too.
I remember when the way they rapping is like they real gangsters, and gangsters moved in silence. I thought
they did at one point.
so. Now y'all using Instagram and telling. So hip hop is going down, and then the quality of the music, it sounds the same. You know, artists don't put they're not putting much effort into the craft like that. I feel into the hip hop, and to be honest, it takes more. High level to sing than it is to rap. You get what I'm saying?
It is.
It's harder to sing than it is to rap.
So what do you think, since you've been singing? Like, do you think that change is making you have to practice more now, ain't it?
I feel like I've always naturally had a voice. I practice, but like you said, I feel like practicing now is best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna be honest,
I had to find my sound. You get what I'm saying?
And see, that's the key. Like being a better singer versus a better rapper.
Yeah.
Like when you rap, you have to have a certain way to. Okay, I have a certain way I write raps, but then if you're a singer, you have a certain way that you sing.
Yeah.
So, okay, your singing becomes your tool because that's what people are going to know you by, just like with rap.
Yeah.
It's a certain way you rap, that's what they're going to remember you by. So, like we were just bringing up, right? You got to get in where you fit in when it comes to the singing thing now. Yeah. Because a lot of these singers that we're going to be compete against are dope, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you why. Really, what's different for what I feel from the 80s and 90s, we don't have these just 1 or 2 producers that we go to. The internet is flooded with dope producers right now, bro. And that's why I'm telling you, like, you got to take full advantage, because one of the producers that I told you, Dylan Graham, he's the one who basically, he was one of 2, him and Tiller, I can't remember the dude's first name. They produced hours and hours.
Wow.
Shout out to my boy Dylan Graham. Like,
shout out, man.
Like DG, bro. Like, I've been watching you since like the whole internet game of music production started years ago. A lot of people didn't pay attention when we were first coming into the internet, and I remember like this was probably like early 2000s, mid 2000s, going into the latter right before the teens came in. I remember started seeing you maybe about at that early phase of the 2010 years came in. That's when I think I first saw you, and you've been grinding R&B music since then. And I kind of knew, like, with you mixing that guitar sound and that piano sound, and you having both of those at your grasp in your production, that's what made people realize who you were, and you knew how to craft the music. It always made sense. I even got some beats off of you. You know that too. It makes sense to say that the new sound and the new era of R&B is going to be a very big thing. Now, quick question before we go for a break.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer it now. Do you think that now with the R&B music, since we have, as I said, have so many producers and different writers and things of that nature, are you going to always write your own music? Wait, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Not Just Music Podcast. And we back. We are back. Excuse me. I ain't going to say we back.
We back.
We back. We are back. All right. Now, to answer this question, I asked Q, I started off asking him, I was like, Q, moving into this new phase of, your own music and things, I asked, would you, you have a couple R&B songs you've written, but would you accept working with somebody who writes and, and different production? I ain't gonna say it always had to be mine, but, with different, we can bring in some new different production situations as well. But the writer part of it, really.
Yeah.
Would you bring in another writer to help you construct your music?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, like I said, I've proven myself as a writer already. Like you stated. So I wouldn't mind. Now I think it's more of a time where it's about getting a lot of good quality music out there instead of just putting one song here, one song there out. Because you got to keep up with the artists out here. It's a lot of artists,
True.
So
True.
Just keeping up with everybody, and making good quality. And so most of the time that's gonna take a team.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To make a lot of music, and not just make a lot of music, but great music. Because it's a lot on just an entertainer and an artist. If it's a big demand on them to deliver a lot of music and also deliver it at a high quality level.
This is
everything.
True. This is true.
So yeah, once you get farther in your career, I feel like you need that system back up and that you know what I'm saying, that push, that machine behind you.
Yeah. Now, I've learned a lot now too, for the case of saying, like, when we create, we want to create music that's gonna touch, especially when it comes to R&B. Now, love. Speaking on the situation of love, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel, and I'm asking this for a, just a thing of feeling when it comes to R&B. Do you think, love hurt or love happy is, which one do you feel you would fall into the lane of more?
Well, the last two singles I put out, Dreams to Reality and This Is True Love, I think is more love happy. You get what I'm saying? Love happy and more like sexual. I think I bring that more to the R&B, like a happy sexual type vibe, a loving and sexual, because that defines me as a person.
Yeah. So
I feel like I don't really deal with a lot of hurt. You know what I'm saying? If it's hurt, then it's gonna come out on the hip hop-ish style, I feel.
Yeah.
It depends. Like I say, I'm not an R&B singer. I'm not just a hip hop artist. I'm a music artist, I feel. You can't just put me in a box. I can rap, I can sing, you know what I'm saying? I'm a music artist. So it depends on the vibe, but on the R&B tip, it's more of the love, the happy love. Yeah.
So I'm this is one thing I learned too when I was starting to create R&B music. Like, I had to figure what makes R&B music. So a writer or an artist can relate to it.
Yeah.
When I pulled up the beat, we were just talking about this. When I pulled up the beat and let you hear, especially when you did with Dreams to Reality, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, let me see how I can ask this question. Do you think that Dreams to Reality would have went any differently? Let's say, let me think about it like this. Okay. Did you kind of already have Dreams to Reality written? It's just you needed that right beat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you needed the right.
I needed the right beat, and that's another thing when it comes to R&B. I feel like the producers you working with has to know your sound and understand your sound.
Listen.
They have to understand your sound, because you can have a dope song wrote out, ready to drop on wax. You can have a dope song, but if that producer don't have the ear, because it's all about having the ear. Like, really, music is having the ear. You know what I'm saying? To hear. So if they don't have that ear, like how you, sometimes it might not even be what you hear, but a producer needs to have that special ear, like that third. They say the third eye. They gotta have that third ear to hear something that you can't even hear and be like, yeah, this is this. I need to put this. That's what you need. Yeah. And this man right here has the ear. So you gotta have a person that knows, that can hear the music and knows your voice and how to utilize your voice with the beats and equal it up.
And I'm glad you said. I'm so excellent. Let me say that. I feel excellent that you said that. Most times when R&B music is created, it's created in an atmosphere where somebody is going off of an emotion. The emotion that I displayed in the beat, and he just brought up the whole situation with the producer having that ear and knowing, okay, this artist could like this artist could like this artist could like this. Mostly all the songs that I was pulling up for Q, the crazy part though, Q jumped on the first one I sent him. I let him hear. And considerably, this beat wasn't even done when I sent it to him. I actually opened this file up, y'all. And I actually created this song back in 2022, back in June, July time frame. And I never finished it. So if y'all go listen to Dreams to Reality, what you hear, maybe in the chorus of Dreams to Reality, that part was probably the only part I had of that song when I created it. That's it. And I left it it was only 16 bars. That's it. I was like, okay, you know what? Q on this R&B thing. I was like, he said he was gonna go R&B. So I took the time to actually sit down and finish the song. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw this in his face. Threw it in his face. He jumped it.
Yeah.
Now, producers, if you're out here and listening to this right now, from artist to producer, Q just basically gave you an idea of what you can kind of go for. If you have the ability to write, you can write without a beat. If you gotta it may be just a hook. It may just be a verse. It may just be something very short.
Yeah.
Get ahead. Start writing this stuff down. Don't always think like, okay, I'm gonna just go in the studio and freestyle. Everybody can't do that. Sometimes the best written songs are the ones that take time, especially when it comes to R&B.
Yeah.
So now when I create music, when I'm creating, I'm not saying I'm just creating for Q, but I know the style that's going to fit him best.
Yeah.
That's really a key. Like he said, having the ears to understand the music, meaning from singer to the production and putting it all together, it all has to mesh in a certain manner. It's not gonna just be we could put a hit song out, man. We're gonna get in the studio, we're just gonna record it over any old song, over any old beat, any old production.
Nah.
That's not the way to go about it. R&B music really has to be strategic, and it's not like hip hop. Hip hop, we just jump on anything. We'll jump in a trash can for a beat.
Yeah, you can just jump
and just be and get out the studio. With R&B, it's time strict. And like we was talking about in the beginning of this podcast, like knowing what you're doing with these new, the females right now are killing the game in R&B.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to that again because that's what we're talking about. They're killing the game.
Yep.
Recognize that as a point where we're like, okay, you know what? If R&B is going to survive or come back, make sure that you're gonna put out some good music because there's some very good R&B out here right now.
Really, man.
Very good, and they're radio ready and everything. I'm gonna take one more short break and we can end this podcast because this was a good conversation, man. Like we took the time to really hit on some very big R&B points and talking about our own artistry and not just being greedy and just talking about what's out, but we want to talk about everything with this R&B stuff. But we'll be right back.
Yep.
And we are back, part 3, and also closing it out too. So like I said, we talked about a lot of good stuff today on this episode. R&B as far as the new era and where we're going as artists and production and everything is art, is R&B, making our pinnacle point at R&B, trying to get better, and to join the new era of R&B music, new era R&B music of the females, and there are some males, but I really think the females really have a lock on the R&B, making it relevant again. So, do you know what is your future? What's your biggest future goal with this R&B music? What is the biggest goal that you want to achieve with it? I ain't even speaking of accolades or anything.
Just
personal goal of your R&B music or music period.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you moved into R&B now.
Right.
What's your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is just to have my name mentioned in R&B. Just have a spot in the game.
Mm.
That's really what I aim for. You know what I'm saying? To not be like any other body but Quincy Murdoch and have my name in that category of R&B.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Real R&B, real music, real hip hop. Whatever I do, I just want to be give 110% into it in everything I do and make top quality music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And timeless music that's gonna last, Like we talked about a couple episodes ago, it's about making hits now and something worthwhile.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
That's what I'm aiming for. And the single that I just put out, This Is True Love, y'all can stream it now on all platforms, QuincyMurdoch.com, and the video is out also, produced and filmed by Duan Barino.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's a vibe, man. It's a radio hit to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's something. It's me, a real introduction into what I have to come. You know what I'm saying? As far as R&B. So yeah, man. I just want to be in the list, in the talks, man, of R&B.
And I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna actually give one of my goals too. One of the biggest goals, especially with R&B, saying that we're going back into R&B, doing some R&B stuff. I've always had a love for R&B and creating R&B. I think my biggest goal is to continue to pump out music.
Yeah.
That I just want to continue pumping out music, man. Even though we do have a movie and situation, that's a piece. That's just another piece and a stepping stone. But at the same time, the music, man, we really have to keep, because we literally took 2019, so 2020, 2021, 2022, 2022. We kind of took it off.
Yeah.
And we had some time to sit back and do some different stuff and learn some different stuff. Of course, COVID hit 2020, but at the same time, we learned some different things. It gave us some different branches to grow, some leaves, and here we are.
During that time, I kind of was dabbing in the different music genres like Afrobeat and stuff like that. So
yeah.
That was those times you listed, I was doing Afrobeat, you know what I'm saying, experimenting, and I actually gained my fan base over in Africa, from the so it all clicked, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a music artist, so You know, I make music, you know, but we definitely are getting back. Me, Quincy Murdoch, and Duan Barrino definitely getting back into it. So y'all expect a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Music from us, exclusive.
And if you want to work with us too, don't think like we just sitting here saying, "Oh, nobody can work with us." Please, like please, we are artists. We are trying to always gain, and we are going to link up, or whatever it is you want to link up. Please link up with us. All of our, just if you're on the website, let's just go ahead and get to that part. If you're on the website, since we talking connection, if you look up there in that top right corner, you see 3 lines. Hit those 3 lines. Scroll down. Link with everything we got going on. Find your favorite network, social network that you love. Follow us. I've been really stepping the game up with posting now, and you know, making sure our you know, we're relevant. We're posting, and we're actually starting to gain some people and subscribers and things of that nature. So I appreciate all of you that are taking the time out, especially those faithful 40 of y'all.
Exactly.
It's about 30 or 40 of y'all that's paying attention. We really appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, we can't do this by ourselves, you know.
Exactly.
It was a slow start, but again, I think the consistency of what we've been doing, you know, if we've gained that many people and right at 40 episodes, think about where we'll be at 80.
And you got to think about it. Some people blow up fast and fall off fast.
We've survived.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, man. We've survived, and we didn't get knocked off. You know, a lot of times you know, this can be a struggle to work with people. Mm-hmm. This has really been a growing situation for me and Q, especially, like I say, it's giving us different things to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're, like I say, consistently working. So with us consistently working, the whole situation of where we're going, especially right now, like I said, we're in the R&B phase. So that's what we're talking about. We're gonna talk R&B. Yeah. You know, it's not gonna be. We still have our controversial talks in here. Don't think like we went anywhere. Yeah. But just the fact of it's
really centered. You got to understand where we started from. Mm-hmm. It's the music. Mm-hmm. That's where it came from.
And here we right back to it.
Yeah.
So we love y'all. We really appreciate it again. Continue to stay blessed and stay working on your own craft too, y'all. Like, if y'all out there, hey, stick to it. Lock in with yourself. It don't take a whole big crew right away. You can work your way to a team, but you're gonna have to get it up off the ground yourself. You can do it. I know you can do it. I truly can say
you can do it.
We can do it. You definitely can do it.
Yes, sir.
You definitely can do it. So we love y'all. Peace to the next episode. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The next episode is very pinnacle. It will be episode 40. We have reached our 39th week with this one. Next week will be week 40. Wow. We've been at it. So again, peace, love. We'll see y'all next time.